My friends, for the last month or so, I've been trying to encourage this house. I've been trying to say week after week that regardless of your circumstance, with God, you can make it. This originated during our church's anniversary, what I heard from so many of you talking about how difficult life is and the dire circumstances that you are experiencing in your life. And I've been trying to help you see that you can't lose with God. That you can't lose with God, and that you ought to trust him all the more. Over the last week, I've told you that there's several types of storms that are coming to your life. I told you that there are storms that will come into your life that you bring on yourself. There are some stuff that you are experiencing right now, and ain't nobody else's fault but yours. It's your own bad decisions, your own bad choices, and it's allowed you to be where you are. Then, my friends, there are times when you are experiencing stuff, and it is not your fault. It's the person sitting next to you. Smile at the person next to you. Yeah. I'm telling you. Sometimes it's because of who you hooked up with. Sometimes the ills in life are not because of your bad choosing or bad choices. It's simply because of the things that other people have chosen to do, and it affects you in a negative way, and you are experiencing storms. But then, guys, there are times where it is not so much your choosing, it's not something that somebody else done in your life. But man, there are some times when God will allow the storms to come in your life for his own divine purposes. God will allow you to experience the hardships and the heartaches of life, not to destroy you, but so that he can develop you. I want to talk for a few moments this morning from this subject, this topic, how to deal with disappointment. How to deal with disappointment. What do you do when you're in that place in life where nothing seems to come together? You've had expectation that life for you would be so much better than it is for you right now. You've had your mind and your heart set on doing things at a grander scale, but every time you turn around, it seems like you're being pulled backwards. Some of us are dealing with sicknesses and illness, and it's discouraged you and disappointed you. Some of our family lives are falling apart, and divorce is running rampant, and you're in a discouraging, a disappointed state in life. And just look straight ahead, won't nobody know I'm talking about you, but some of you in here, your money's so funny. I mean, it's funny that you laugh at it. You don't know how you're gonna make it from week to week, from month to month, and it makes you just want to throw up the towel, makes you just want to throw in and just say, I quit, I give up, I'm tired. And you would confess today, you say, Pastor, I am straight disappointed. Well, I'm glad you came today, because I want to help that individual that finds themselves discouraged with life. I want to help that person that's coming this place today and you're disappointed. You want to throw up the towel. In our text, you guys are familiar with this passage of scripture, and you know how Moses led the children of Israel to the Red Sea, and the Lord performed this awesome miracle. He spread the Red Sea so that they could walk across this sea on dry land. And once they got to the other side, enemies were chasing them. And once they got to the other side, all of Israel crossed over. The Lord allowed the waters to close so that their enemies drowned right there in the sea. Israel has just experienced in chapter 15. In fact, when you get home, I want you to read all of chapter 15. You're going to find that Israel is showed off praising God in the first 21 verses of chapter 15. And you would too. In fact, smile at your neighbor real big, saying, I know something about God's blessing. Yeah. There's many of you in here today. You know what it means for God to show up and show out in your life. You're not uncommon with the blessings of God. You've not just seen him do it once. You've seen him do it over and over and over again. I ought to get 2 or 3 amens in here. And that's where Israel is. Y'all got to see this. Here they are. They just crossed the Red Sea. God showed out on their behalf, and now they're on the other side, and it's a praise party going on. The praise team is cracking up. I gotta praise. I gotta praise. Yeah, can't you hear them? I mean, they're lifting high praises to Jesus. The dancers are just blessing God because he's shown out in their life. But when you get to verse 22, put your eyes on verse 22. There's one word in the first part of 22 that says, in my Bible, it says then. Hold up. God just blessed. God just showed out. Let me park there for a minute because your neighbor don't believe God can be good to you. Can 2 or 3 people say, he sure enough is good to me? Has anybody had him heal your body before? Can you go ahead and help your neighbor? Has anybody had him to be a restorer in your life before? Has anybody ever lost your joy, but he's restored your joy? Anybody been sinking in sin, but he came and forgave you and gave you a fresh start? That's where Israel was. They were rejoicing over the goodness of the Lord. Then verse 22 says, then. Wait. I know he's good. But then here comes it says, then Moses led Israel from the Red Sea, and they went into the desert of Shur for 3 days. Traveled in the desert without, somebody shout without finding water. And when they came to Marah, they could not drink it because the water was bitter. God just opened the Red Sea for them. And for the next 3 days, they've been trucking through this desert without water. It's hot. Thirsty. And the text says they couldn't find water. And when they get to the place called Marah, they finally get a glimpse of water. Run to the water. Put the water in there. The text says that the water is bitter. What do you do when you've seen God show out in your life before, but you find yourself in a place in life when it's bitter? How do you handle it when you are without and you're searching and looking for answers and you're trying to hold on to God and believe God, but on every hand it's bitter to you. Nothing is going well for you. Here is Israel without water for 3 days, but then the text says when they find water, it's bitter that they can't intake it.